Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and here we have a pretty high security lock actually. This is a Kaba 8. I think this was sent to me by Talonpick, so please do go check out Talonpick's channel. Yeah, these are tricky little locks. Looks like a nice big wide open keyway, but yeah, it's got 8 pins, and something about them, they seem to act a little bit like tapered pins. You don't just pick your way through them, you've got to pick them multiple times to get to a set, which makes it a tricky and extended pick. So yeah, without further ado, shall we just get on with it then? So here we are in the vise. Just going to pop that key in. We didn't really look at the bitting, but it's got some real high set pins, some really low set pins. Or then yeah, the row on the top on the right align with the pins on the right, of course, and the ones on the left align with the left. To pick it, I've got this handmade pick by Talonpick. I put some little markings on that they only align with the pins on one side, but you can sort of make your way somewhere halfway between the markings if you like for the other side. It just helps you make sure that you're positioning on the pins correctly, which really helps on a lock like this. Going to put some tension on, constant tension, not too heavy, just constant. And we go in and we basically just try and pick a way through the lock, but it does take a while just because you've got to pick each pin in turn. I can already feel that pin 1's binding on the left hand side. Okay, 2 now. Anything on 3? No. The 3 on the left hand side remains spongy for ages. 4 is binding heavily. And that's now gone spongy again, so that's good. So I stay on the left hand side, pin 1, pin 2, just until 3. I don't have any sort of feedback anymore. Little click on 4 there. I said you've got to set them and reset them. That's pin 1 again, pin 2, little click. Still nothing on 3. 4, still working on the left hand side here. 1, 2, nothing on 3, tiny click on 4, something on 1, little click on 2 again, nothing on 3, tiny click on 4, and we just keep cycling through until we feel that there isn't much else going on. We might be at that point now where then we can start to check the pins on this side. So there's nothing on pin 1 this side, on the right hand side. Try and get on pin 2. Let's try it at the back actually. Let's try there. So spongy on 4. Spongy on 3. They'll click on 2 there. So that a little and a bit of core movement as well. Anything on 1? No. Just going to go to the back and try pin 4 on the right. No. Pin 3. Little click. Nothing 4, nothing 3, nothing 2 now, nothing on 1. Okay, so back to the right, left hand side. Nothing on 1, nothing on 2, 3 still not binding, tiny click on 4. You can see how it's a little bit sort of frustrating, this lock, having to keep incrementally just tapping the pins, tiny amounts each time until still nothing on 3, until you don't feel anything. Then you sort of go back and you try the pins on the right. So that's pin nothing on 1 on the right. 2 just gave me a click. 3, little click there, really nice. 4, nothing. So go back through. 3. On the right hand side, nothing now. 2. Little click. 1. Nothing. Okay. So back to the, would you believe, the left hand side. Not for people who don't have patience, this lock. Because it feels like getting nowhere extremely fast. Ah, hit 2 and I felt the core move a little bit. It's a good sign. Feels like getting nowhere pretty fast. Or should I say slowly. Okay, I'll be honest, that feels like pin 2. Oh, pin 3 now, is that binding? Not 100% convinced. Okay, let's just try pin 1. Nothing. Pin 2. Feels good. A little click on 3. Anything on 4 yet? No. Back to 3 then. No. 4. 2 seems set. Nothing on 1. Back to the left. Nothing on 1. Nothing on 2. Movement on 3. And nothing on 4. And we just keep going around and around. So still nothing on pin 1 on the right hand side. 2, little click. 3, a click and some movement, which was really good. Anything on 4. No. Back to 1. Still not feeling anything. Okay, keep going on the left hand side now. I swear that 1 is set, 2 is set, 3 and 4. Okay, so I really feel I need to work on the pins on the right now. Pin 2 at the front, tiny click. Pin 1. Oh, did you hear that click on pin 1? Really good sign. Nothing on pin 2 on the right. Nothing on pin 3 on the right. Okay, so let's go. Nothing on 1. Nothing on 2. On the left. 3, and we're open. There we go. Whew, that was it. Was it hard? I don't know. It just takes ages, like ages and ages to pick this lock. You just need to take your time. Now, gutting this is an absolute nightmare because, no joke, I've never had a lock with such springy springs inside in my entire existence. It's really something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do have 8 chambers. Okay, so the first thing to do is, well, look, you can see that I've got this open, so I'm not going to over rotate it. It's fully open. So what I'm going to do is just rotate it back like that. That'll take some pressure off of the springs, and then we'll get this screwdriver and we'll just try to start off. So what somebody has done, whether it's Talonpick or somebody else, has just drilled out these little divots, and that's what they look like on another Kaba 8 here. And that means we can take this apart slowly just by doing this. But you've got to be very careful to keep your thumb over where the holes are, because otherwise the springs will bounce about, and they're those horrible, super light little springs which just fly off everywhere and you'll never see them again. I swear, they're awful and I hate them so hard. It's unbelievable. And I'm not joking, I genuinely hate these springs so much. You might be thinking, why am I port tipping them out there? It's just easier. So these are the little drivers and the key pins. I think the drivers are ever so slightly beveled. I'll show you that in a minute. So yeah, let's crack on. I'll probably speed this bit up, to be honest. There we are. One actually did get away from me. You got no idea how awful these springs are unless you tried. So as you can see, it looks like there are standard driver pins. So all of these brass driver pins here, looks like they're all standard, but we'll have a look at them in a bit closer. You might see that they are sort of balanced stacks. So where's a shorter key pin, there's a longer driver, and where's the longer driver pins, so the shorter driver pins, a longer key pin. And you can see that there is a small lip on these key pins, which is a feature in lots of dimple lock designs, something falling out into the keyway, and probably when it's pushed up into the Bible, probably acts like an overset trap sort of spool type thing. To save space, you'll also see, let's choose the biggest one, that these driver pins have a little hollow in to basically take a spring. And yeah, I think that there is light beveling, very light beveling on the driver pins. You can just see that edge, and it's very subtle, but it just means you just have to pick the lock over and over again. Very precise engineering in these Kabas, so it's really noticeable. And yeah, just click, 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 click. I think if you were really lucky, you might be able to get a set straight away on some of these pins, but that hasn't been the case for me. I found that this little beveled edge here just really means I have to pick each pin in turn over and over until I finally get that open. Yeah, it's tricky, but it's fun. These high security Kabas often are. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please leave a like. If you've got any comments about this lock or anything else really, please put them below. I read them all, reply to as many as I can. If you like content like this, please subscribe, and of course I'll see you all next time.